Good morning, Year 6, and welcome to Thursday, the 28th of January, and this is your maths lesson for today. Today we are going to be finding missing values, okay? So that is going to be linking to our work that we have looked at this week with percentages. And it is a little bit tricky today, but if you do get stuck, keep rewinding this video until you get it, and also obviously message your teacher if you are really struggling. Please make sure that you are focused on this video if you have missed our live teaching, and also that you are ready to learn. Okay then, so to get our brains warmed up, there are 4 percentages of amounts that I would like you to do to start off with, please. So pause this video here and have a go at those 4 questions. Okay then, so you should have got these answers. So 10% of 350 is 35. Now because you found 10%, you will be able to find 30% by multiplying your answer by 3. And that answer would be 105. 25% of 32, so you would have divided 32 by 4, and that would have given you £8. Remember our unit sign there. And then 75%, because you've already found 25%, you times 8 by 3, which gives you £24 again. Okay then, so let's move on. Now, this is what I mean when we are finding the missing values, okay? So sometimes you will find the missing value, sometimes the whole, and sometimes you will find the missing value. So this question says 50% of something equals 250. This bar model here has been split into half, okay? Because we know that 50% equals a half, okay? Now, it's given us that 50% of something, so 50% of the whole is 250. So we know that half is 250. Now, because that is equal, we know that this side is also 250. So what do we need to do now to find the whole? What you should have realised is you need to add those together. So 250 add 250 is 500. Okay, so always use what you have been given to answer the question. Okay then, so if I just move that down there, because there we go. Okay, so this question here, it is asking us 25% of an amount equals 250. So we know that 25% is equivalent to 3/4, and that's why, sorry, not 3/4, I'm thinking of 75% is equivalent to 1/4. And that's why we have split our bar model into quarters, okay? So 25% of something is 250. So that means 250 is going to go in there. So that means that if that is 250, this part must also be 250. This part must also be 250. And this part must also be 250. There we go. Now, if I add all of those up, so I did 250, add 250 would be 500. Add 250 would be 750. Add another 250, and my answer, my whole is 1000. Okay? So always look at what you know. You know your percentages, you know your fractions. Look at what you are asked to work out, and then work out the whole. Okay then, so let's do another couple. Now these ones are word problems, but please do not worry, don't just find out the main information. So 75% of year 6 are boys. There are 36 boys. How many children are there in year 6 altogether? So 75% is the same as 75 over 100, which is the same as 3/4. Okay, so there are 36 boys. Now, there are 36 boys across the 3/4. So we need to do 36 divided by, oops, oh dear, 0, 1, 2, 7. No, oh, I'm going to put that as my divided by sign because I can't work out how to get it back up. We know that there are 36 boys in total, okay? 75% is 36, okay? So 36 divided by 3 to find out, because we know that 36 equals 75%, okay? So 36 divided by 3, because there are 3/4 of boys, so 36 divided by 3 is 12. So I know that all of these parts now are 12. And that goes for the whole as well. So that goes for this last, oops, there we go. That goes for this last value that we are missing for 12. Okay then, so the question asks us how many children are there in year 6 altogether. So if we know that there are 36 boys and that's 3/4, we just need to add this other 12 on. So 36 add 12 is going to be 48. So there are 48 children in year 6 altogether. Okay, so that one was a bit more trickier because we had more working out to do. We had lots of different steps, okay, but the steps are all there, so if you have a question like this today, come back onto it. Next question then. 30% of people on the train are adults. So straight away, 30% equals 30 out of 100. Oops. Which equals 3/10. Okay, so always get your simplified fraction. The rest are children. There are 45 adults on the train. How many people are on the train in total? So because we know that there are 3/10, we've split our bar model in 2/10. 3 of those tenths are adults. So 30% are adults. And there are 45 adults, but that has got to be divided into 3 so we can work out how many sections there are. So we need to do 45 divided by 3. So 45 divided by 3 is 15. So I know now that each section, each part of this bar model is worth 15. Okay, so if I fill this in, so that's all my adults, so we've got 45 adults, and then carry on filling all of these 15s in, all the way across. And we've got, our question asks us, how many people are on the train in total? So we've got all of these 15s, so we need to work that out. Now, we know that there are 10 parts because our fraction is 3/10. So we need to do 15 times 10, which equals 150. Okay, so there are 150 people in total. Okay, so as I said, it is a little bit tricky today, but use all of your knowledge of fractions and percentages to help you. If you want to draw out bar models, that's absolutely fine. So your work today is percentages, missing values. You have got the bar models to help you, but then some questions you haven't, so you may wish to draw those out yourself. Okay then, so pause this video here please and complete your first set of questions. Come back when you are ready to do problem solving and reasoning. Okay then, so welcome to your problem solving and reasoning part of your maths lesson. So we are still looking at missing values linking to our percentage knowledge that we know. So as I said, this is quite tricky, so please just be resilient, be determined and show how excellent you are. So let's have a look at this first question. The children disagree about how to find 35% of 380. Angel says, I found that 38 equals 10%, so 35% must be 133. Patrick says, I found that 19 equals 5%, so 35% must be 114. Who is correct? Explain why. So I'm going to look at Angel first. 38% is 10%. That's correct. Now she has multiplied that 38 by 3 to find out 30%. So 38 times 3 is going to be 114. Okay, so that equals, that's our 30%. Okay, now she knows that 10% is 38, so 5% must be half of that. So half of 38 is 19. So 5% equals 19. So she has then added 114 and 19 together, which gives her 133. So far, Angel is correct. So let's see what Patrick has found. I found that 19 equals 5%, which is correct because that's what we have done here. So 35% must be 114. Well, we know that 35% is 133. So Patrick has made the error here. So Angel is correct. Marcus has worked out 35%. Has worked out 5% of 380 correctly, but he has used this to find 30%, not 35%. Okay, just make that a bit smaller. Might just need to put that there as well. Excellent. Okay, so Angel is correct. Marcus has worked out 5% of 380, which he did. That was correct. But he has used this to find 30%, so he did 30%, 114, and he didn't add them together, not 35%. Okay, so next question then. 300 people fill in an online survey. 80% of people reported exercising regularly each week. Of those people, 65% ran and 35% exercise in a gym. How many people run? How many people exercise in a gym? So lots of questions here. So let's find 80% of 300 before we do anything else. So 80% of 300, if I found 10% would be 30 times that by 8 would be 240. So 240 exercise regularly each week. Of those people, 65% ran. So 65% of 240 would give me 156. So that's how many people ran. And then how many people exercise in a gym? 35%. So I need to do 35% of 240 because it's of those people that we've worked out to start with. And 35% of 240 is 84. So that's how many people exercised in the gym. So remember, to work those out, what I did is for 65%, I found out what 10% was, multiplied that by 6, and then found what half of 10% was, which would give me the 5%, and added that on to my 60%. Similar to my 35%, I found out what 10% of 240 was, multiplied by 3 to give me 30%, went back to my 10%, divided that by 2, and then added that on to my 30%. Okay then, so some tricky questions today, guys, but I have no doubt that you will be absolutely superstars and smash these questions out. So your questions are problem solving and reasoning. So bronze, 1, 2, and 3, silver, 4, 5, and 6, and gold, 7, 8, and 9. They are tricky, as I said, but show determination and resilience, and you will be superstars. Have a great day. Bye.